They say children are a blessing in our lives. The moment you have them, they become your priority above everything else. It's chilling to think that the very child you nurtured could one day turn against you. But that's exactly what happened to Mrs. Justina Amunde on Christmas Day in 2024. Her own son, 29-year-old Mathias Amunde Ugwe, stands accused of committing the unthinkable, killing her in cold blood and dumping her lifeless body in a well. For what reason? What could push someone to such horrifying extremes? What really happened that fateful night? Let's take a closer look. It was supposed to be a day of joy and celebration. On Christmas Eve, Mrs. Justina attended a church vigil in her hometown of Ohong in Obudu local government area, Cross River State. She danced and praised God, thanking Him for the gift of witnessing yet another Christmas. She prayed for her family and hoped for a successful year ahead. She returned home late that night, tired but content, grateful. She locked her doors before retiring to bed, ready to wake up early and prepare for the festivities. What she didn't know was that she wouldn't live to see that morning. Her second to the last son, Mathias, and his accomplice were already hiding in the store connected to her kitchen, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Reports indicate that in the early hours of Christmas morning, the house help woke up thirsty and headed to the kitchen for a drink of water. That's when she saw Mathias and his accomplice lurking in the store. Terrified, she raised alarm, waking Mrs. Justina. Rushing to the house help's aid, Mrs. Justina faced her son, eye to eye, and what followed was nothing short of a nightmare. Mathias, wielding a heavy hammer, attacked his mother mercilessly, striking her until she stopped breathing. As the house help screamed for help, Mathias and his friend silenced her with threats, leaving her no choice but to assist in covering up their heinous crime. Mathias then began shaving his mother's hair. Why? You will find out soon enough. Once he was done, they walked together, carrying Mrs. Justina's lifeless body and dumping it into the well just outside her bedroom. But they didn't stop there. They robbed her of cash and then fled the house, dragging the house help along with them to a nearby area in Boki local government, warning her not to reveal what she had witnessed. On December 27th, the house help managed to escape to her parents in Utanga, where she recounted the horrifying ordeal. Acting on her information, the family reported to the police, who now searched the well the next day. What they found was devastating. Mrs. Justina's body, her head, completely shaved. Imagine the heartbreak of finding a loved one in such a gruesome state. How does one even begin to process such betrayal, especially when the killer is your own blood? If you are thinking this is already too much to process, brace yourself, it gets worse. This wasn't just a senseless act of violence, it was murder, driven by greed, fueled by a motive we've discussed countless times on this channel: rituals. On January 10th, 2025, Mathias was apprehended by a team of security operatives, including the Nigerian police force and local youth council leaders. The herbalist who instructed Mathias to shave his mother's hair as part of a ritual to gain wealth was also arrested. I mean, seriously, what wealth could be worth this level of evil? Any money that my own mother wouldn't live to enjoy with me, I don't want it. This was his mother, the woman who gave him life, who would have done anything for him. I'm sure if he had simply asked for her hair, I'm certain this woman would have given it to him willingly. Why did she have to die? To kill your mother is a different kind of evil, honestly. As of now, both Mathias and the herbalist are in police custody at the Obudu Divisional Headquarters, yet to make any official statement. Meanwhile, his accomplice, the friend who helped him dump the body in the well, remains at large. The guy is still on the run. While justice may be catching up with them, the questions linger. How does someone go from being a son to becoming a murderer of the woman who gave you life, who nurtured you for 29 good years? Greed, desperation, sheer laziness, unwilling to work hard for a legitimate living. Whatever the reason, Mathias lost everything in the end. His mother, his freedom, and even his chance at success, cause he will be in jail for the rest of his life. Little is known about his life. He's from a family of 5 and has struggled with a deformed leg since an accident a few years ago. He has no social media presence, no outward signs of the horror he was capable of. But perhaps that's what made this story even more chilling. The quiet ones are always the deadliest, right? It's a question that leaves us uneasy because it reminds us of how little we truly know about the people closest to us. Danger doesn't always come from the outside. It can come from those you trust the most. And while Mathias and his accomplices may face justice, the wounds left behind in his family, his community, and in all of us will take much longer to heal. We can only hope that this tragedy brings some clarity and a warning. Always stay vigilant, even in the places you feel safest. After all, sometimes the real threat isn't a stranger at the door, it's the loved one already inside our homes. May we never give birth to children who will be our end. And may the bond of love and family always remain a source of strength, never betrayal. Leave a resounding amen in the comment section. Stories like this aren't just about the crime. They are about the lessons we can learn and the lives we can protect by staying informed. Pay attention to the people around you, their actions, their motives, and the subtle changes that might signal something is wrong. Evil doesn't always come from outside. Sometimes it grows quietly within our own homes. If you found this story insightful, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more eye-opening cases like this one. Share this video too. You never know who might need to hear this message. Let's continue to learn from these tragedies, not just to honor the victims, but to prevent these horrors from happening again. May the soul of Mrs. Justina rest in perfect peace. So that's it for this case, guys. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means everything to me. Thank you for watching and stay safe out there. Bye.